Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this planet material, and so as you can see here we have three colors for mountain peaks and some green area and a lowland like sand like area represented with this brown color. So if I go closer you can see it's too close. Now here you can see even in close range we have this actual texture details, as you can see here, normal map and texture. So if I enable detail lighting you can see the normal map, right? And also if I go over here, now you see this is green area which has grass. So here also we have the normal map details and the grass details. So I am planning to add actual grass meshes also here. And if I go to one of these white spots here, so these things represents the highest points in the planet, in the generated planet. So here, let me see if I can go close. So yeah, here if I land you can see this is somewhat like snow. So here also you can see the details on the ground, including this is the texture details and normal map details. Okay, all right, so that's what we are going to work on today. So how to get details in the micro level, and also how to get the colors in the macro level. And also here as you can see there is a macro level normal map as well, so we can blend those two depending on the location that we are viewing the planet. All right, let's work on this material today. And before we get started, I'd like to remind you, you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects that I have done in my channel. To the date, there are over 1800 videos. For each video, project file is accessible. Once you become a member, in the patron page, you can download anything without a limit. Feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And let's get back to today's tutorial. Alright, so at the moment if I go closer here, as you can see there is no details, it's just colors. So, and in the large scale, when I look at the planet from far, we can see some normal details here because I have a normal map, but in the planet scale when the character actually goes there we wouldn't see much. So let me make this not possess the player and start playing somewhere over here, so then you can understand. See, it's just colors. So what I want to do is, in this scale there should be some details on this material. So I am using, let me open the blueprint, this M planet material. This is the material. So here is our normal map that works in the macro level. Alright, now let's go to this material. First of all, I'll duplicate this planet colors only as a backup in case something goes wrong, and then let's start editing this. So let's first try to get to work this normal map. So actually I do have some textures in my world engine plugin. Textures, not this one, here, stony bright. Okay, this sand texture, let's try to use this. for the micro scale. Now let's just preview only this so that we can get an idea how much of a scale that we need. So let's get texture coordinate and multiply it by some value. Let's just say 3000, because yeah, see, now we do see details, but now when I go further I don't see the normal details. We only see the normal details here, and also where was I? So what we should do is, when we go closer, or when the surface rendered is in the further, we should blend to our macro normal. So for that we can do something like this. We can get the pixel depth, and then from that we can subtract some value. Let's say, let's promote this to a parameter. Let's call it this blend distance, and I think let's use a value like, let's say 1000. And then so we need to, let me show you how this works. First, if I do this, let me put this in the base color so it's easier for you to see. See, now you see a sharp edge here and here. So anything beyond 1000 is white, anything before 1000 is black. So we can use this value to lerp between this normal, the macro normal, and the micro normal. That's what I'm planning to do here. But we don't really want to have a sharp edge, so we need to make the edge a little blurred. So for that I think we can divide this by the same length. This is not used anywhere. So now you see a little bit of a we can't go closer to that point. See, now you see here a little bit of a blending is happening, but that's also not good enough. And also I think we should clamp this in between 0 and 1, because at the end I'm going to use this to lerp two textures, so it has to be in between 0 and 1. Okay, so maybe to increase this blending area, I think I can multiply this by, no, actually we don't need to use this. Let's call this another parameter, blend region, and we shouldn't use 0. Let's try something like 2000 and apply. Not much of a change. Yeah, if I use something like 20,000, now you see it changes gradually. So we have a wider blending area. And also I think it would be better if we can break this solid line. For that we might use a noise. We can find a noise texture here. Let's try using this, and here we can use one of these channels and multiply it by, let's say, I'll promote this to a, no, we can actually multiply this by this blend region. That would make sense. And then before dividing, I'll add it. Yeah, like this. Oh, that didn't do anything. Right, multiplying this by -1000 actually gave me a better result, but I don't see enough variation, so I might have to maybe change the scaling of this. So texture coordinate, and make it a bit large. Let's try something like this. That actually doesn't really make any visible changes, but I think this level of blending should be enough for now. Let's see, actually blending these two normals now and see how it works. So yeah, this should come second because it's changing from black to white. So love this one and this one using this alpha and put it as the normal, and I'll reconnect the base color. Now here, yeah, you see in the close range I do get the details now. See, I can see it kind of like sand, and if I go further away, now you see the details that are coming from the macro level normal map as well. So yeah, that step is working. And yeah, in the distance you don't see the normals because it's blending with the bigger map, macro level map. And also this normal detail is applied to all the layers because I haven't implemented anywhere to like have some segregation between two levels. It's just a common normal map for everything. Okay, now let's create a separate material function using what we have learned here, so that we can have different actual material layers instead of just using colors. So we will be able to use textures as well. So to get started, let me copy this nodes and this alpha and this B output, which is the macro level normal, should come into the material function that we are going to create as a function input. So let me copy these parts and let's go here, material function mf, I'll call it sand layer. Okay, so here make material attributes. Right, now let me paste what I copied. So as I said, this alpha should come as a function input. I'll call it, this should be a scalar. I'll call this distance blend, and this B should also come as a function input. I'll call that, it should be a vector 3 because we get normal details here. I'll call this macro normal, and then this should go into normal. Right, now if I apply this and drag and drop this into sand layer here, now here we have macro normal and distance blend. This is the distance blend and this is the macro normal and the result. So this actually gives us a complete material data set. So here I'll break it and use only the normal. Now this should work same way as it used to work, because I have implemented the same thing that I did for the normal blending there. Okay. So we still got the normal details correctly. Now we can get rid of this. So now not just the normals, I need to include the base color, and let's add a comment to this. Let's call this distance blending, and this is macro normal. Okay, now here I'll drag and drop this base color of the sand also into here and use the same scaling. So there is one thing that we should connect to this scaling. So this scale works for the size of this planet, but when the size of the planet changes, I don't think this scale would stay constant. So therefore we might have to consider the object scale of the planet for this multiplier, but let's leave that problem for another day. So let's work on this texture now. So the texture here, I'm using a color, and I actually like to see this color from the distance, because also I have set up these parameters in the blueprint so that I can change those colors or randomize them as needed. Therefore I'll get a function input. So I need to get a color, so vector3, I'll call it color. No, let's call it macro color. That's more fitting name. And then I'll multiply that color with one of the channels so that we can get some details from the texture while keeping the color. And let's put this wait, let's also blend this as the second one. I'll use the macro color, and as the first input I'll use this color multiplied by this texture and use the same distance blend as the alpha and connect to base color. Now I don't have a way to see that because I have only connected the normal here to the main material output. Yeah, let's fix that soon. Before, so this is the sand layer, that means we should be using this color as the macro color. So right now, if I maybe we lose other colors, but if I just connect this color, now you see the same color everywhere, but also we see the texture details also, as I explained. So that's what I said. But as you can see in the distance, you don't see other colors because now I'm using only a single this sand layer only, because I directly connected the base color output here, not this result. Alright, now we need this metallic, specular and roughness also as function inputs. So let me add them to here. Right, apply. Now here we have those parameters as well, so we can use this metallic, specular, roughness. Alright, now we have a complete layer, but this is only the sand layer. So let me save and go here and MF grass layer. Now here as the texture, I'll use this grass texture, and as the normal, this normal. Alright, similarly we have this another layer that I used on the mountain tops. So what should I call it? MS peak. Let's just call it peak. And actually for that I don't have any ice textures, so I'll maybe keep the same thing here. And let's see how it works. Now we can drag and drop peak and grass layer also here. Peak, grass. Now to the peak I need to connect this as the base color, and to the grass I need to connect this one, and everything else is actually same. Oh sorry, first one is actually macro normal, which is this one. Perhaps I should do this so that it's more clear. And the peak layer color is this one, macro color. And for the grass layer or green layer, this is the macro color. And metallic, metallic, specular, then roughness. Metallic connected, specular, roughness, and distance blend is this. Yeah. Right, now we got our three layers. Now what we need to do is we need to blend them using this same blend logic we have developed. So this is for the first blend between grass as A and peak as B. So here, weight blend, what's the node? No, it's not weight blend, it's this matte layer blend. Simple. Okay, base is grass, top is peak, alpha is this value, and then another one, base is sand, top P is the result of this, and alpha is this value. Right, now actually we can move things around a little bit to make it clear. So we might move these colors over here, and then we don't really using this, we don't really want to use them, so I'll move this blend logic also here, and let's get rid of this. I'll use material attributes and connect. Now we have a final complete material here. I ditched this part, but I hope that should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, we have the colors including the mountain peaks, and if I go closer you can see grass also multiplied with the color that we have given. Let's check this white peaks, snow peaks. Yeah, that also there with the details, and in the distance it looks same as before. Okay, all right, so that's actually all I wanted to cover here. So now we have a somewhat detailed planet texture with actual textures in the micro scale as well. And I think we can stop this episode right here. So even if I refresh the planet, you see we get the same textures and they are working correctly. Great. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And feel free to let me know what you guys think about this episode, and also your suggestions, comments, whatever you think I should know, feel free to let me know in the comments. So let's continue to improve more this planet generation system. I hope to work on a LOD system as well, and also I want to populate with it with foliage, rocks, grass, all the things. So yeah, look forward to that and see you in another episode. Goodbye.